So I pulled another card, and this time I got the Chain Stitch Rose. So again, if you have the deck, you can go ahead and check it out for some tips, and I have the QR code for another video, or just follow along here. So what I usually like to do when I do one of these Chain Stitch Roses is I like to have something in the center to help me know where I'm going, because we're doing a spiral from the center out using chain stitch. So I usually like to do a French knot in the middle to kind of work around. Just trying to think if there was anything else I could put in the center if you're like French knot averse. So what if I just do like a cross stitch in the center? I wonder if that will work. Because I think it's mostly going to get covered, so it really doesn't matter. And I don't even know if you need to do it. For me, it helps just to know where I am on the planet, centering and all that. So I decided to use full 6 strands. Now, obviously, this is a stitch for a rose. It's called Chain Stitch Rose, and we're using it to fill the sun. That's fine, right? We can do what we want. All right, here we go. So I'm going to go around. You can go clockwise or counterclockwise. If you are a sewer versus a stabber, bless you, I wish I were you. I am a stabber, so I am a clunky chain stitcher. Okay, this is what that looks like. So I came up. I'm going to go back down the same hole. And let's see, maybe if I draw in a little bit of a guideline here, it can help too. So I'm going to start going like that. Okay, etc. So along my guideline, I'm going to come up a stitch length away, and I like to make them pretty tight in the center and towards the center, like the stitch itself tight, as in small, and then tight as in near the center. So all the tights. Okay. I'm going to grab my loop, pull, and make a chain. Here's one chain. So now I go back down the hole I just came up, which is now hiding under this loop. Do your best. If it's not exactly in the same hole, like no one's going to know. It's okay. All right. Up a stitch length away along that spiral, but tight to the center. And you can see I am not pulling super hard. I want to fill the space. So like the looser I keep it, like the less work I have to do. I'm going to let the thread do the work. And when I do this, like for a flower, I keep it like really loose to make nice puffy textured flowers. I don't know why we have a puffy textured sunshine, but we're going to go with it. If you want it less textured, you could use fewer strands of thread. So I'm going to have to cut that little weird guy, but I'm going to wait to cut it. I see. I'm near my where I first came up, so I'm encountering a knot situation. Oh yeah, we don't like that. I remember last year I didn't do my knots like this for that very reason, because they just come back to haunt you. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. It just kind of looks like a blob. Go with it. It feels more blobby to me if I don't have that center stitch, which you can't even see anymore. So there you go. You can go ahead and use a cross stitch or whatever the heck you want in there. Or nothing, because clearly it gets covered. Okay, I made some more progress and wanted to at least try to do the sewing method for you guys. So if you're cooler than me, you can go down and come up in the same motion. Stitch length away. Let's see. How bad is this going to go? Okay, and then you grab your loop. Am I doing a chain stitch? Yes, I am. Okay, good. Clearly, I don't do it like that very often. I'm sure if I did it more and got more practice, it would be easier. Let's see. I find that it hurts me a little bit because I'm in a clamp. It's if you're doing this in the hand, it's a little bit easier to manipulate. Oh my. Come on, everybody. Oh, this is going poorly, but okay, hopefully you get the idea that this is possible, but not what Jessica is good at. Moving on. So at this point you can see I'm down here, but I have some guidelines showing here and a lot showing here. So where it's skinnier, sometimes what I like to do is kind of switch to a split stitch. So I'm just going to go down and then I'm going to come up and split this guy. This. And make my way around. And then once I get over to the top where I have more of my fabric showing, more of my guideline showing, I'll switch back to a chain stitch. And it should be pretty seamless. And with a flower, it doesn't matter so much if your flower is not perfectly circular, but I think we probably have like a big problem if our sun isn't. So that's my thoughts on that. So here, I think at this point I'll switch to a chain. To finish up. So what do we have? Like 1 or 2 stitches left, I think. And you can see my stitches did get bigger further from the center. And I'm also playing a little bit of thread chicken here. I think I can fit another chain stitch before we do a final stitch. Okay, so I'm gonna come down, and then sometimes you get like a blob here because that's where we stopped. So I'm gonna come back up and turn that final anchor kind of into a split stitch to help with that blending. And I also see, I don't know if you can see it, but up here I have a little bit of my guideline showing, and I'm just gonna sneak in a little stitch to hide it. And maybe one right here. And these, what kind of stitches are these? Who knows? I'm gonna split this so it's a back split stitch kind of. But now I'm gonna come over here. So it's okay, this is okay to do. Like, it's okay to come in and mess up stuff. Make it your own. Do what you want. All right, have fun.